Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to more Factorio, not 15, whatever the name of this campaign is going to be. We haven't been doing research for a little while because we shut down the factory so that we can build our train stations up. We are up at the research labs because today we're going to be doing something with the research labs. We're going to rejigger them a little bit. But first, we are going to go take a quick peek at the train stations and see their current setup. I haven't built anything else. I haven't built any outposts. I haven't done anything along our buses or anything, but I have built out our train stations. I do love the way our oil works at the moment. Wow, I have access to power armor, right? Yeah, well, I already have modular armor, and I have access to power armor. It just requires 40 processing units. Might be something to consider soon, or at least some modules for the power armor, the modular armor, rather. Maybe. So here's our initial setup of stations. I think I built 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I have one unused station here. And then I have coal, iron, copper, uranium, stone, and one that's made for a supply output so that the supply trains come into it and they go out so that they can load up on whatever they need. The supply train is a copy of these other stations, but it's actually going to need to be loaded with materials. And honestly, I might not run the supply train until I have logistics going, because it's going to be kind of annoying belting equipment back this way. But for the time being, we're just going to belt stuff off and into a warehouse, and then belt it under the coal belt and out and into the smelters or whatever it needs to go into. This is basically all the setup is going to be. I haven't got them up and running yet because obviously we don't actually have a rail network. All we have is our train stations, and we're not really that far away from logistics either. We just need high-tech science packs, and we're not that far away from high-tech science packs. I believe I can make them, can't I? Do I have the... Yes, I've got the research for high-tech science packs, and I have batteries, and copper cables are easy enough, and processing units are simple enough. They just take a crap ton of green circuits, and speed modules, again, more crap tons of green circuits. So green circuits are going to be an issue. This is where the amount of raw iron and copper coming into the system that we need in order to do science multiplies dramatically at this point right here. So we'll see how that's going to work. But first, we need to do some reconfiguring of our science, and then I built a car, and I did a little bit of exploration out here to see where our choke points are since I've been taking a few attacks. We've got a choke point down here that we could block easy enough. We've got a big one over here. I'm hoping maybe if we go a little further out, there's a couple of simpler choke points. In the north, there's one here, and there's one here. We get two big oil deposits with those as well. Also, there's iron on the other side of this one. And then to the west, I don't know what there is because there's some biter bases. So I think today's objectives, first, we're going to reconfigure our science here a little bit, and second, we're going to go out and deal with a few of these biters, just clean up some of these bases so I can find out exactly what is in this area. Note that a couple of these bases are actually reasonably sized. Like, those are not tiny bases. They're not like abnormally large or anything, but they are not tiny. Okay, so what's the problem with this science array setup? Nothing really. As long as you continually fuel this science array with science packs and they never really run out, this works perfectly fine because they keep stocked full on everything, and all is well in the world. Where does the problem come in? The problem comes in when you only have a trickle of like one particular science pack coming through, and it's not enough to fuel like every one of these in the array. And eventually what happens is it basically starts juggling the science packs back and forth. And it'll eventually find one that has all the packs that it needs in order to do the research in, but it sometimes messes that up. So this works. This array works. Sometimes, though, instead of just making sure if you don't have enough science packs, instead of just the first one running, or the last one running, whichever it is, instead of just, automatically making the one that makes sense run, it will juggle science packs back and forth, and it takes a little bit of time before they'll stop running, and then another one will start, and it works fine, but it's a little chaotic. So, because it's a little chaotic, we are going to redesign a few things here. I need, this might be enough inventory space, it might not be. We are going to lift all of this stuff up, and actually though, oh, I don't have the bots on me. We should totally do this with bots is how we should do this. We should not be lifting these up manually, but the bots are all the way across the map from us right now, so we're going to lift these up manually. Forgive me, guys. Forgive me. Do I even have the logistics chests on me? Yes, I do. I do have the storage chests. So the bots would make sense. I don't have a personal roboport right now, so that wouldn't work. I'd have to bring one of the main roboports over. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're just going to lift these labs all out, and we're going to change the pattern just a smidgen. Tray more. Very good. Very good, very good. So, what we're going to do here is, this is going to have to be pulled up, run these belts all over this direction, and there's a couple of ways that you can run. It's really 4 belts, because it's 7 different kinds of science packs you need. You need 2, 4, 6, and then the high-tech one. There's a couple of different ways that you can run those into an object that is 3 wide, like a lab. You can run them with belts like this, for example, and just have 3 separate inserters off of them, and then for every single one of these you have to basically run the belts in. Or you can take advantage, and this is totally improvised on the spot, I have not pre-built this or anything. You can take advantage of a technique known as belt weaving. And belt weaving got a whole lot easier in the newest version of Factorio, because underground belts, you can go even further with them. It relies on underground belts, and you can go even further with them. We can power this guy up, and then we can power this guy up. There we go. You can go even further with underground belts of higher levels than you used to be able to. So the basic concept of belt weaving is right here. You have an underground belt. These can go 4 wide. Now these red belts, for the record, can go 6 wide, and blue belts can go even further. But the idea of belt weaving is that when you lay an underground belt, the next underground belt facing the correct direction will be its output. So if I put an output there, great. But if I put a belt, that might be a little hard to see. If I put the output there, great. But if I put this belt here, now this is the output, and this one becomes unattached. It's now an orphaned underground belt. So the concept of belt weaving is, check that out. Concept of belt weaving is, I can go underground with that and come out here. Now, this yellow belt is a belt, and this red belt is a belt. It looks for the next matching belt type in order to make it work. So by using different types of belts, underground belts that is, we can weave exactly how we want it to be. And how is this supposed to be set up? I guess we will set it up here like this. This needs 1, 2 spaces for the inserters, I think. And to make this work properly, we can't make it work with everything adjacent to each other like we had previously. But to make this work properly, I think what we're going to do is put a space in between each one of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many did I need? I have how many? I have 15 in my inventory still. So if that's the case, and I've laid 5 already, that means I had 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20 if I run it across. Maybe even just running 4 would have been enough. But we're going to do the exact same tactic that we had previously, where we are going to use inserters to pull down the line from all of these, but it's going to be a little bit wider in this direction, because we are going to leave a space in between each of them. And the reason we're going to leave a space in between each of them is because of the requirements for weaving our belts correctly. So we are going to insert 1 set of belt, and actually I guess this is in the wrong spot maybe. Yeah, I suppose this would be in the wrong spot, right? No, this should be fine. If we put it here, then the outer long inserter will grab from the outer one, and the inner long inserter will grab from that. Yeah, this is fine. So this is going to go here, and this belt is going to go in this position, 1 below where it is. And it's going to come up in the top position. So it's going to come out in the position below and out in the top. And this is going to be the same all the way up. So this one here is not usable, but the top one is. So that's where an inserter is going to, actually, you know what? No, we don't need to worry about the old setup at all. This is how the belts are going to go, but we don't need to worry about the old distances at all. So it can actually go right here. And we'll do that and some more of that and some more of that. So the idea behind this is that in the top corner of every one of these labs, we can have an input that's going to pull off of this yellow belt. Okay, sounds good to me, right? And we're going to have an input going in on the red belt, like so. And it's going to just do this straight through. And it can pop up, it can do whatever we want with it. We can just do this to say that if we're ever going to expand, it's good. Or, you know, we could just end it right there. That's always possible as well. And in the bottom corners here, we're just going to insert like so. So now we have two separate belts adjacent to this. And we could always run another belt, which is what we kind of need to do, right here. And this belt can, you know, also weave with another belt. And we're eventually going to need it to weave with another belt. But for now, this is fine. And this belt is going to feed into all of them like so. Done. Cool. So now we have 3 different belts all feeding into it. And it's all feeding from one direction, and we can just have inserters straight on back, just like this. And now we have inserters all pulling one direction, so they'll always want to feed to the back, instead of that back and forth nonsense, gibberish, mumbo-jumbo stuff that we had previously. And because we have this setup as well, it allows us to stick electric poles in between every one of our labs, which I am definitely okay with. Although because of the pattern that I'm laying in them in, I'm getting X shapes, which is a little irritating, but, you know, I can deal with that. And we're going to want some lights. And where do we want our lights to be? Let's just put them on the outsides, I think. That should be more than enough light. Now that is a lot of electric pole garbage. We could have made that a lot smoother looking, but this should basically take care of everything we needed to do. Now we just need to feed the materials in correctly, and to facilitate that, I think we're going to move blues and blacks in on this belt, and I think we will run, you know what, you should probably run in on this belt here, and we should run this one in on that, shouldn't we? That would make the most sense in this world. But are we out to make sense today, or are we out to, you know... I guess we could. So... we'll just run underground like that using a red belt. This is a little silly. We're using the red belt strictly for distance here. And we'll run that in like so. So that this underground belt is going to pick up the purple and yellow, the high-tech science packs and the production science packs. These red ones are going to pick up the blue and the black, and then the other guys are going to pick up the reds and the greens. And there we go. It's filtered all the way down. So if we were to start a research now, let's say, do we want this? I don't think we want this. I mean, we should pick something that uses all of the sciences that we currently produce. Do I have anything that uses everything I produce, including military science? I'm just checking. I don't think so. I think the military science ones mostly require high tech. This one uses blue, but it doesn't use production. Yeah, I don't think so, guys. But you know what? We can research tanks. Why not? Let's research tanks. And that is going to fill all this up, and they are going to filter down to the end. But they won't do the back and forth mumbo-jumbo stuff. And it didn't pick up any purple packs because it doesn't need any purple packs. But, I mean, we could just as easily put purple packs in them. Let's just actually feed all of these science packs into something. There we go. Okay, so that's taken care of. We're back up to 20 labs doing the science. It's chooching along. It's going good. The difference here being that we have it only coming in one direction thanks to belt weaving. Belt weaving is your friend. It's good to be able to do it again. It's been a long time since I've actually needed belt weaving for anything, and having something that needs potentially, 7 different ingredients is a good use of belt weaving, in my opinion. And no more research. I just wanted to do that one to get everything going, but that's it. Since our factory is not actually running right now, we don't want to be doing research. Okay, so next order of business is to go after some biters. I'm already loaded up with the Flammenwerfer ammo. However, what might be nice if I'm going after some biters is some primitive defense mechanisms, like, for example, some energy shields. But if I'm going to use energy shields, I'm going to need portable solar panels, and those use solar panels and advanced circuits. And that's a lot to manufacture right now. They use electronic circuits and steel. So, I mean, how many would I need to do? I've got all the advanced circuits I need. I'm a little short on steel for making the solar panels, but I can easily get more steel. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a bitch, is what this is going to be. I'm going to handcraft up a couple things to make some shields, just so that I can go out there and not, immediately get vaporized. Because I know there's some big biters out there. That's enough for 6. Uses 30 steel each. Wow, I was miscalculating the amount of steel that was going to require. Holy crapskis. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just get myself a few solar panels and a couple shields and maybe a battery, and go out there and trash some bases. I'll be back once I have the preparation for that done. Okay, we are loaded up and ready to go. Our batteries aren't charged right now. We're going with a very primitive setup, just 3 basic energy shields, 4 basic batteries, and 5 solar panels. The reason we are going heavy on the batteries is because at nighttime, like it's about to become, we're not going to be generating power with this, and our shield is going to evaporate extremely, extremely quickly. In fact, so quickly, let's turn detail view on, that I'm not actually going to go out there at night. I'm going to wait until daytime to actually go out there. I only have 2 pieces of coal as well. So let's go grab some coal. There's coal here. We could actually just... oh, we can't steal it from the grenade factories? Yeah, you've got coal in you. We just need to find one that has coal in it. There we go. Let's just get up to 20 coal. And that's all good. So let's drop our car, which is right here. Drop you facing that direction. It loaded up with coal already. We can stick ammo in it. I'm not going to stick ammo in it. We are going to get in, and we're going to wait. I'm not going anywhere until daytime. So I will see you when it becomes day again, just because, again, I want our suit to be able to defend us. Okay, our lights are starting to shut themselves off, so that would mean to me that it's a brand new day. You know what? I need to... there we go. I just had my YouTube channel open over top of OBS here, and I was like, oh crap, I can't actually see any of the information on whether I'm recording or not. We're going to get in our car real quick, and we're going to drive out this direction. Get a little bit closer to the biters. I believe they had a smaller base in the south. Yeah, it was a smaller base in the south. So we're going to go after that and just try and sort of punch our way through. Punch a hole in their defenses and see what lies beyond, so to speak. Looks good. Let's get out of the car. And I'm going to use a little bit of a dirty trick here. We're not going to actually turret creep these guys. What we are going to do, though, is... we really did not need to... oh boy, yeah, we did not need to do that. What we are going to do, though, is drop a few turrets down here and there. Now they loaded piercing rounds correctly. Nice. Okay, and this was supposed to go into my hotbar, but it didn't because, you know, lame. We're gonna drop a little bit of a base camp here. I've got the power armor, I've got the Flammenwerfer. That should be all I need in order to deal with these guys. We're just gonna use these turrets in order to deal with some of the enemies a little bit. Now, they should have made everything a little bit more resilient to flamethrowers in this version of the game, but it looks to me like flamethrowers are still ridiculously OPAF. So, yeah, we're definitely going to take advantage of that for a while. Nice. So we're just going to use these turrets as a little bit of a base camp, and we're going to continue pushing outwards. We don't need the car now. The car was just to, you know, get us out in this direction. Or should we bring it? I don't even need to drop a turret for this. We're just going to move in and flame inver for it a little bit. We actually did more damage to ourselves than the spitters there did, because, again, the flamethrower. Let's put some flames up on that worm. Very good. See, there are some large things, and large spitters are capable of doing a lot of damage. Large biters are capable of tanking a lot of damage. So we do need to be cautious in that respect. Looks like there's water down there. Looks like there's a lake up here. Is it a big body of water or just a lake? Looks like just a lake. Yeah, maybe we should go get the car. Oh no, maybe it's... No, this looks like a lake. It's just a big lake is all it is, right? That's what this is. Yeah, that's a big base now we got. Big lake. That's all this is. So it looks like this is going to be a very wide choke point by the looks of it. So let's maybe kill this base in the south real quick. Not doing straight on full out turret creep. Like I say, we're just going to lay down a turret. Wow, that's a lot of coal. Wow. Holy crap, that is a huge coal patch. We're just going to lay turrets down as sort of a base camp. And look at that, I fucked up because ammo. Well, go ahead and distract them for a little bit for me, turrets, while I proceed to kill their spawners, okay? I really liked the ammo box mod, which had the turret Mark II in it. Oh crap, we got stuck on a rock. The reason I primarily liked the ammo box mod was because it had these ammo boxes, and one of the ammo boxes was flamethrower ammo, and it was 100 of these regular flamethrower ammo things in one. So you could just kind of like shoot and shoot and shoot forever, and there was no problem. See, it only placed one magazine in each of these, and they died for it. I was expecting the auto place to place 8 magazines in each of them, and it just never happened, so we ended up losing a little bit of stuff there. Our batteries held, but the reason our shields charged so fast is because we had battery power to charge them with. Yeah, so there's definitely a big body of water here. That is the continuation of this one. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a choke point on the northern tip. Looks like this is where it opens up and wraps around, so it's a matter of going straight up from here. Let's see exactly how big this coal patch is, because I am intrigued by this coal patch. How big are you, sir? I need to get all of it into my vision. There we go. It's 11 million coal. Wow. Like, this is 3.3 million copper, 1.7 million iron, 11, not 1.1, 11 million coal. Like, holy crap. You'd have to be pretty naughty for Santa Claus to bring you 11 million coal. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to kill these bases going north in order to scout and find if there's like a big body of water up here. This is going to be a little bit on the awkward side. We might have to turret creep this one just a smidgen. That stupid -1 piercing rounds magazine is super duper trooper annoying. Trick here is not to get backed into a corner with any of these things, because they will kill you rapid if you do. You can afford to take a little bit of damage from them, but not get backed into a corner, because they will just destroy you. Our turret got killed already. Wow. Okay. Yep, that sounds real legit there. We're gonna have to back up a little bit. I'm not super duper OP right now. Like, I don't have a power armor Mark II or Mark III with, you know, all kinds of shields and nuclear reactors or fusion reactors or whatever it is. No, what I have is modular armor and the basic shields and solar panels. And guess what? It's nighttime! When your defenses rely on power that only comes during the day, you definitely want to not be screwed over by night. Okay, see, that one got 8. That one got 8. That one got 8. 9, 9. See, in the previous version of the game, that quick little spurt of flames over there would have absolutely destroyed everything. Maybe we should have just done this with turret creep. It would have been safer. Like, actually pay attention to our turrets. Because, wow. They go through 8 magazines like nothing, don't they? With actual proper turret creep, I would immediately put like 30 mags in every one of them, basically. Something along those lines. You know, I'm actually very weak right now. I have no battery power. We're going entirely off of solar. And these turrets are going to run out of ammo sooner rather than later. So, yeah, we're just going to back up a smidgen. Let's grab these turrets, and we'll lay them down a little bit closer again. Yeah, okay, so turret creep is ridiculously powerful like it always has been. Yeah, that's just stupid powerful is what that is. The devs have said that, you know, turret creep is something that they aren't entirely thrilled about. They've always never liked it as a tactic kind of thing. But it is so ingrained in the way people play, and it is such a, like, if you run power out or if you have the ammo and you carry it, then why shouldn't you be allowed to turret creep? So they're like, okay, we're going to maintain this. It seems silly in a lot of ways, but we are totally going to maintain this because that's the way people play. We understand it, and we're not going to criticize you about the way you want to play, basically. If you can make it work, then great. And all I gotta say to that is that was ridiculous. That was abso-freaking-lutely ridiculous. I mean, to be fair, normally, like vanilla Factorio, you can't lay turrets like that. You, I don't think this pack is gonna be enough. Can I make another pack in my... Yes, I can. Let's do it. I just want these to stack, basically. Normally you can't place turrets like this and have ammo in them because it doesn't automatically place ammo in them. You have to manually do that. But autofill is useful like that. Also, actually, the newest version of Factorio might allow you to automatically fill turrets a little bit. I'm not sure. Not 100% on that. So it looks to me like there is this body of water connection to this lake, then this lake, and then this lake up to here. So you can either encompass the lakes or you can just go right over them. Or we could do something like waterfill because we have access to waterfill, guys. And what we could do is actually just waterfill a large portion of this up to like this lake, for example, and just make this a choke point. And then if we want this coal, we can still run it up and in through here. Or do it the other way where we waterfill up here down to these lakes, and down here is where the choke point is. So we have some options available to us. And if we're going to take advantage of that, I think we want to make these choke points a little bit smaller. I don't want to have to build ridiculously long walls yet. That's when we get to mega base mode, and we are not in mega base mode yet. So I have 49 mags in my inventory, 200 on my person, and we've got a big old base up ahead. I do have some power built up, so what I'm going to do is actually drop this ammo into here. And we're going to start placing some turrets down. And we are just going to evaporate this base because this place anywhere autofill ammo turret creep tactic is ridiculously dirty. Like, oh my god, this is so ridiculously dirty. Let's just quickly repair the damaged turrets. Ooh, they did manage to blow one up. What did it? Oh, it's a worm. A worm got it. Hey, worm. Don't you be damaging my turrets. They're my turrets. And then we just pick it all up, get our ammos back, and all is well in the world. So we did lose that one. Oh well. It's the cost of doing business, right? Are there any more turrets here? I don't think there are. I think we picked them all up. Oh no, there totally are. I'm silly. There's 3 little yellow dots on the map still. There we go. That's everything. Ooh. Oh, right. That's for the whatchamabugger. Cool. Yes. Okay, good. Base destroyed. So, we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little bases that I can see still. Well, I guess 2 of them are relatively big. I'm going to get those cleaned up, and we are going to start planning some perimeter defenses in the near future. But for now, I think that's going to be it for this video. Just a little bit of a revision on a previous design that we had, and a little bit of spreading our wings and expanding outwards and finding what our surrounding looks like so we can start planning for the expansion of this base, because we are almost ready for some train setup, and I want to get that going sooner rather than later, if you know what I mean. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you again next time.